Storytelling is an art form that surrounds us every day. Whether it's a mural that you've seen on your way to work, poetry that you've heard or even written, a great performance from your favorite movie or TV show, or maybe a book you read. It surrounds us all the time and it doesn't always get the credit that it deserves. This right here is a space where storytellers can come and tell their story. My name is Larry Rim, and this is the BackGround Lounge.
You must be Gigi. I'm Nurse Valerie. I heard you were visiting today, so I brought some cookies. For you and for your daddy.
So, you have something for me?
Yes. As you know, she filed on Friday.
Yeah. After telling me she'd wait and see if we could work things out for her son.
And I just received a copy of the filings.
And?
She wants full custody. Omar.
Strong, smart, independent woman don't need no man.
You guys don't have to talk to me any different than any of the guys. I don't want things to be awkward. I worked in barbershops before. I know what kind of talk goes down.
You have?
Yeah. Years. Until the shop owner told me if I don't pay to play, he was gonna fire me. So I left.
Damn, like that?
Yeah, just like that. Left my chair, left my clients, and had to start from scratch. And that's why I joined the Don't Thank Me Bro app.
Damn. Oh, so strong.
Then why am I here? Tell me that.
Same reason everyone else is here. To feel good about yourself and stunt.
Wrong. I'm here for work.
Exactly. You want to make more money to feel good about yourself like everyone else. And you're stunting by playing like, oh, I came here to handle business like a boss.
Wait up! What the hell? You ain't returning my calls. Trek said...
Hell what Trent said. I'm a good agent. Remember what that felt like? I'm what you used to be.
Beauty, elegance, charm, and passion for storytelling. Our guest today has consistently graced the screen, captivating audiences all over with characters like Angela Parks in Saints and Sinners to Dr. Brandy Richardson in The Family Business, just to name a few. She's an actress, producer, content creator, humanitarian, all around amazing human being. Her name is Dawn Halfkenny, but you can call her Dawn. Welcome to the show, Dawn.
Oh, thank you for having me. That was a wonderful introduction. Can we run that back?
I'm about to say, we can do it again. You want me to?
That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so very much.
It is good to see you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, man. So we created this platform here, which is entitled The BackGround Lounge.
Okay.
Yeah, so we created it for storytellers who we want to know their story.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you have been in the business for a long time. You've graced the stage, the screen, you know, is something that you're definitely passionate about.
Yeah.
And I just love your work, man. And I've known you for a long time. And I think that you are just a great human being.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? I feel like your heart is always in the right place.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? So I was like, when I was thinking about doing this, I said, you know, let me call Dawn up.
Of
See
course.
what she got going on.
You're my brother. And it's, I mean, this is a nice setup you have here, too.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm thankful. The God is good.
Absolutely.
God is good. And I got some great friends, you know what I mean, that were able to bless this, man. Shout out to my boy Rod Rose, you know, my homie Red, you know what I mean? They hooked us up. So let's get to know you, man. So let's start with, Dawn, where were you born?
I was born in the mountains of West Virginia. So
really,
yes, a true country girl. But I was raised in Texas.
So what part of Texas were you raised?
Central Texas. So it's like 45 minutes away from Austin.
From Austin,
yep.
Okay.
Yep. Killeen, Texas. I still represent.
I heard of Killeen, Texas before. Yeah. So how long were you in West Virginia?
So to be honest with you, I was born there in West Virginia, but I spent a lot of my childhood. So kind of like up until maybe middle school. So I was there with my grandmother and then with my mom in Texas. So I was kind of like back and forth up until like middle school there.
Gotcha.
So yeah. So like that's my foundation. Like my grandmother, you know, she's a good sanctified Christian woman.
You
so
grew
I
up
was
in
raised in a church. I was in church 3 to 4 days a week. Yes,
Word.
3,
Were
4.
you active? Were you doing like church
Oh my
plays?
gosh, I was in the choir. You know, the fish fries. Yes, my grandmother had me very active in church. But you know, it was also because her brothers and sisters was like the deacons and the ministers, and so there was no room to act up whatsoever. It's like you don't act up here in church. What you do is you just, like you said, you're very active. You don't act up. You're active.
So let's not brush over the fact that you say you was in the choir. So you sing?
I sing in the shower. No, I do not.
Couple memes, you know.
No.
When the acoustics are right.
Right. You know, I think God knew what he was doing when he really just said, you know what, I don't want her to have that type of, talent because,
It'd have been terrible for
Listen, I stay in my lane. I stay in my lane, only in front and behind the cameras, and that's it.
I got you. And what were your parents like? Like what type of work did they do when you were growing up?
So, my mother, she worked a lot of jobs. She was into sales, and she was also a realtor. And, I'll just always remember my mother because I was raised, I have a crazy, crazy story. Yeah. So I was raised from my mom was a single parent.
Okay.
But I was raised with her. I remember her having like 2 to 3 jobs. 2 to 3. She was a hard working woman. When I tell you, she was hustling, but a very, very strong woman. Love it. But so just being with her and learning a lot from her side, because when I was with grandma, I was in a church. But then when I was with mom was like, listen, I'm not going to be home a lot. Just don't act up at all. Yeah. So my mom worked a lot, but she installed a lot in me. I have so much respect for, she's now have passed on, but I have so much, the utmost respect for her. But so, and the story about my father is I found out who my biological father was right before my mom passed, almost 10 years ago this month.
Really?
Yes.
What? So do you all still have a relationship now? Do y'all talk or anything?
My father?
Yes.
Oh yeah, me and Pop's been real cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to be honest with you. It's definitely although it's been almost 10 years, but it's still somewhat of a new relationship for me.
Absolutely.
Because when I met him, let me just say that, growing up, I always thought it was another gentleman or a different gentleman was my father. And I really don't remember how the conversation went, because during this time, my mother was in hospice. And so my main focus was her, her health getting better or whatever. But, God had other plans. And so I really don't remember how the real conversation went. And I just remember there was a point in time when he was like, okay, well, my mom was like, she wanted to find out if he was my father, but I still don't remember how that conversation really came about. And then I remember her calling me and saying, well, the test came back, it was 99.999%. And I was like, let's have another test, because I don't even know this man. But, it was just kind of like, I knew of him to come around her, but she had a lot of friends who was very supportive, kind of came around her and, like I said, very supportive and, tried to help her in whatever ways they could during that time.
So you basically had like a Kirk Franklin kind of situation, because for the longest he thought that one person was his father and had this like resentment kind of or this negative energy kind of towards him. But then come to find out in recent, maybe like the last couple of years, that was not his father, and that he actually has met his actual father. So now they're building their relationship now as well. So it's actually very similar.
Right. Well, I don't really know Kirk's story, but I mean, it sounds very similar. I mean, I've never had resentment towards, I'm sorry, my lash is acting up. Excuse me.
Go ahead, pretty.
But so, I didn't have any resentment towards the gentleman who I thought was my father, because like I said, my mother raised me, by herself, pretty much. It was either her or my grandmother. Yeah. And I feel like they did an amazing job.
You didn't feel like you were lacking anything.
I didn't feel like I was lacking in nothing. Yeah. Nothing whatsoever.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, it's definitely a blessing. I mean, as I grew up, I noticed that I was very sheltered from a lot of things that went on in my life, because I was like, I was definitely very sheltered when I was with my grandmother. Yeah. But then when I was with mom, she sheltered me from more things that I felt like she really didn't want to be open about. No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. And me being a child during that time, I feel like you should shelter kids for certain things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the way the world is today, it's crazy.
You got to, and like the internet will give them everything. You know what I
And
mean?
I'm so glad I was not raised during the internet times.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, so, you know, we're building a relationship with my biological father.
Yeah.
You know, it's still
Is
still
he
a
here
process.
in Georgia? Yeah.
Listen, let me tell you how God works. I don't know what your belief is, but I'm a true firm believer.
I love Jesus.
Baby, ain't he good?
All the time.
But I found out that because I have 2 siblings. I have a brother and a sister, and they live within 10 to 15 minutes from my mom. Never
Really?
knew. Never. And we're not even from here. So
That's wild.
Isn't it wild? So it was, the whole story is insane. Like, I started writing a book about the whole situation, then I kind of stopped because it really drew up some emotions I really wasn't. It was still kind of fresh for me, and so I paused. But I was like, you know, it's time to focus back on the book again.
Yeah.
So
I love to read it.
But yeah, I'll let you look. Maybe I can come back on the podcast.
Hey, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, but yeah, you know, but the relationships with my pops is being built, and of course with my brothers, with my siblings, both of them, they're you know, it's amazing. I'm a wonderful auntie to all those kids, all the kids. Yeah, they love me. So
good. So as a kid, I know you said that you were sheltered, but you said that your mother was like, all right, now don't try nothing crazy while I'm going to work. Were you like one of them ones that would have parties, little get-togethers at the house?
What? No, my mother told me that I was a very good child. She was like, I never gave her any issues, no drama or nothing.
For real?
Like no, I wasn't a bad kid at all. She very much always told me that I was an angel. She's like, you're pretty much an angel. Yeah, I was a good child. Yeah, she's like, I was complete opposite of what she was. So
now, was that because you just didn't get caught, or was it?
No, it's because she put fear in. My mom used to do some crazy stuff. Like, you know, now I'm thinking to myself, like, this would probably be something I would have to share in therapy, but it didn't bother me. It doesn't bother me now. But, you know, if I would do something bad, bad, she would flip her eyelids inside out.
Really?
And she would scare me. But now I'm just like, you crazy. Like, that was fun. To me, that was funny. But, you know.
So you was good. You're like, y'all can't come over here. My mama ain't home.
Yeah, don't come over here. My mom would flip her eyelids inside out. No. Yeah.
So you went to high school in Killeen?
I went to high school in Killeen.
Yeah. Okay. So were you like active? Were you active like in the sports or like cheerleading, dance, anything like that?
I ran cross country and track.
Really?
Yep, I got them running legs.
Yeah. What? So how did you enjoy it? Was it something you were passionate about?
Yeah, absolutely. I enjoy running track and cross country. You know, we would go on different field trips and whatnot. Yeah. And, you know, I had a lot of friends. You know,
were you fast or were you like
what? Got medals. Come on,
medals.
Yes, of course. I got medals.
Okay, like state championships. And
I didn't say that.
Yeah, I got not all county. I got all neighborhood.
I got a few.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the fastest on this street. No.
No, but it was fun. It was good times. You know, high school for me was a wonderful time for me.
Good. So what led you into your artistic journey? Like getting into the arts where you are. You said that you sang in church.
Yeah.
So what made you say, hey, you know what? I want to look into acting or storytelling.
Yeah. Well, I believe with us being in Killeen for so long, and you know, it was actually a military base. So my mother had married a gentleman who was stationed in the Army, and so that's what moved us to Killeen. Killeen then it was called Fort Hood. It's called something else now.
Okay.
But you know, and my mother always, I think this is actually where I get it from, because she always wanted more for her life. Always, she was always doing something to, you know, to get her one step further or closer to her dreams or her goals.
Yeah.
And so I felt like she kind of maybe felt like she hit a ceiling in Killeen. And she started asking me, like, when I was a freshman and sophomore in high school, like, okay, so what do you want to do in college? And, you know, then we're still kids in a sense, but, you know, at the same time, she was preparing me for life.
Yeah.
And I started thinking to myself, well, we kind of, she threw a few states out there, a few places, and then always thinking ahead. She was like, okay, well, let me go ahead and just move to Atlanta, because we ended up thinking about Spelman.
Okay.
And so she was like, let me go ahead and move to Atlanta so we don't have to pay out of state tuition.
She was ahead of the game.
Yeah. She was always thinking ahead, thinking ahead. And so I ended up staying in Killeen within a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine, you know, what she allowed, my mother allowed. And then I ended up moving here to Georgia. And during that time, you know, the film industry wasn't booming like it is now.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was different.
You might get an industrial commercial opportunity or something.
And then that's really it.
Yeah.
It was because it was more music then.
Oh yeah,
it was
absolutely.
like everything
So
was
Def
music.
and
Yep.
yeah.
As a matter of fact, no, I don't want to talk
Don't
about
tell
that.
me you did Jermaine Dupri video.
No.
That's good.
Speaking of videos, can we talk about this video?
Sure. Oh gosh, yeah, sure.
Okay, let's stay on topic. So
okay, all right.
Okay, so
we might mention it later on.
We'll definitely have to come back to this. Though.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so I moved here. I ended up moving here after I graduated high school, just to kind of pursue something different.
Yeah.
Just to start a life. And I knew that I wanted to model and act, but I really didn't know how to get into it. And I just started seeing, different postings about stuff that was going on in the city. It wasn't, like you said, nothing big, but I just kind of started putting myself out there.
Right.
And the main thing that really, as we used to say, gave me the acting bug, or I got bit by the acting bug, was when I was watching television, and there was a post about, it was something like news, and they were having a casting call for something similar to like a Beyond the Gates, but it was not Black people.
Right.
And I went down to the audition, and I ended up making it to the next level, the next round, and then continued to make the next round. And then I made it to the next day, which like the test shoot with the lead actor at the time. And out of then, I believe they chose like 10 girls, which I was one of the 10, but they chose one, which I wasn't that one. But I was like, okay, I could do this. This is something that, I could see my future, I could see a future in. So
good stuff. Good stuff. And so did you after that, did you like go into like any type of training or acting classes?
Dwayne Boy. Come on now.
Everybody know Dwayne Boy.
Right. Everyone knows Dwayne Boy. And that's actually where we met.
Yeah, that's where you and I met.
In Dwayne Boy acting class. So that was one of the first acting classes. And first.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That was
yesterday. It was
yesterday.
Yeah.
It's so funny because Dwayne and Errol, they often
Mr. Sadler.
Errol Sadler. Shouts out to Errol, Mr. Producer, man.
Yeah, we gotta get him on the show too.
Yes, he's so dope. But I heard that y'all gave me a nickname of the Jesus Girl.
What?
Well, now you know why. Now you know why.
Well, I didn't give you that name.
Well, who specifically gave me that name?
And I couldn't even tell you because even me hearing it, I was like, who y'all talking about? And you're talking about Don, because I was like, you were always sweet. You were never really edgy or anything like that.
I was talking about, I was ahead of the game then. I was talking about Jesus and God back then.
Yeah, all the time. All the time. Yeah. So, it doesn't surprise me that you got that name.
Yeah.
But I wasn't the one calling you that. You know what I mean?
You know what? I take that as a compliment. So,
yeah, you can have it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So when during your journey, you're going through this, you figured out that acting is something you want to do, you start training and things like that. So when did you start getting opportunities to actually be on screen or on stage, whichever?
So I ended up connecting with a good friend, a wonderful friend of mine who gave me the opportunity to do, as we say, stand in or background work.
Yeah.
That's what I actually learned, the set etiquette.
Oh yeah.
And it's so funny when people ask me now, like, how do I get into acting? And the only thing that I know is how I got started.
Yeah.
Background work, extra work, stand-in work, whatever you want to call it. And not a lot of people now, they don't want to do that. They want to go straight to in front of the camera. They want to be the lead on stuff. I'm like, that's not how I started. This is army walked. Army crawled.
Yeah, the people nowadays are such, they want that microwave success. Like that instant, all it's going to take me is a few days. And now I'm like sitting up here with Leonardo DiCaprio and Denzel, like next to him. Like, nah.
And I really appreciate, that connection, because learning that, obviously that's a part of my journey, but just that's where I met so many wonderful, talented people like Ron Rico Lee and Calla Pratt, and the list goes on, but so many different people who were doing so many great things then that now I consider them, friends of mine who I'm like, I can reach out to them if I have any questions about the industry, and they will give me the real answers,
Ron Rico is such a dope dude.
Listen, I'm going to tell this story forever and ever and ever. So Ron Rico and I was leaving out of an audition, and he was coming into, we were at the same Catapult, which is a
I
acting
remember
studio.
Catapult. Yep.
And so I just got finished taping an audition, and he was coming in to tape an audition, and he stopped me. And he was like, yo, Don, I just want to tell you. I was like, nope. I was like, I'm very sensitive. And he was like, no, I just want to share this with you. He was like, yo, I'm so proud of you. And right there, I just started bawling in the middle of the lobby. And I took that to heart because Ron Rico saw me while I was there doing stand-in work and learning and, being very observant and seeing how they work to now being in front of the camera. And now he's a witness to seeing the work that I've done or that I do. And so that means the world.
He remembers you. I remember I was able to work on Let's Stay Together with him. That's the first time I got to meet him.
Yeah.
And years later, he was like doing like a panel discussion. Yeah. And during that panel discussion, he actually saw me in the crowd. He was like, "Yeah, man, I got to work, like Larry Rim." And I was like, "This dude remembers my name." I was like, "Oh, that is wild."
Yeah.
But ever since then, man, it's like you. It's like I might reach out to him every once in a while, or we might run into each other.
Yeah.
And he's the same person all the time. He's never Hollywood. He's just down to earth and just a good dude.
Yeah, really, like overall, a genuine good person. But yeah, like I said, I was in that lobby crying like a 5-year. So now every time he see me, I'm like, don't. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah.
See you on set. But yeah, that really meant the world to me because like I said, for him to give me my flowers then and for him just kind of see my journey from where it started to where it is now, it just truly touched my soul. Yeah.
What would you say some of the challenges that you may have come across like as an artist, trying to find your way, obstacles or misconceptions, like, because sometimes as artists, we think that a thing is supposed to work this way, but we come to find out that it's nothing of what we thought it would be. So what was your experiences in those areas?
Gosh, I have to be honest. I think the challenges is for people or for certain people to just see me and not know that I have a range. Oh. So that can be, it's like,
they look at the aesthetics and they're like, she's pretty. Like, let's just put her here. And
yeah, there's been, I remember this one role I read for, and she was like a crackhead. I was like, I'm gonna book this. I'm like, I have no eyebrows on, no makeup. I had my hair pulled back. I was like, oh, perfect crackhead. And I didn't book the role. And I was like, I don't understand. Yeah, I was like, I don't understand.
Like, what, do I got to smoke crack?
Right? I was like, what is it? Like, I feel like I really dug deep into what a crackhead would look like. And they were like, no, I was told that you're just too pretty. And I'm like, what? I looked a mess. But you know what? Every no, I don't take. I make sure, and I believe we learned this in Dwayne's class. Never allow, just let it roll off your shoulders.
Yeah,
just prepare for the next one. Yeah, because it's going to be a billion no's, but then you're going to get that yes, and that yes is definitely going to be worth it.
And I always look at it as God is protecting you from something. Whenever He gives you that no, like what you think is going to be an amazing experience, may be your worst experience.
Exactly.
And maybe He's keeping you from that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we here.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I've seen, I've heard stories of actors who get into it and they invest their time and efforts in certain projects and they have such a bad experience that they actually leave the business completely. Yeah. And they're like, if this is what this is, then I don't want any part of it.
Exactly.
And that can be very discouraging to a person.
Very discouraging,
You know what I mean? Especially to a person who is very talented. I've seen so many talented people who just walk away from it. I'm just like, oh man, I feel like you were like right there. You just walked away. Because
no one knows when their big break is really going to happen. We just keep working. I was watching something, and I was watching a movie, and it was a project of, gosh, I forgot the gentleman's name, but it it aired years ago, and then now I'm like, oh, he's on The Chi, like he's huge on The Chi now, and I'm like, that's crazy how you'll see how many years actors put in this industry, and then they finally get their break, like what, 20 some years later.
Yes. It's a
overnight
marathon.
Success really ain't overnight. It's really overnight. 15, 20 years.
Exactly. Right. You've been in the game for a minute.
Yeah, for a minute. Yeah, just working, putting in the work.
So when you as you matriculate in this journey of acting, do you are you very particular in the type of roles that you go for, or what makes you say, you know what, I think this would be good for me?
I'm very mindful of what I of the work that I auditioned for. And the reason being is because, you know, I have young nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just starting to get into internet. And, auntie, they told me the other day, they Googled me. And I'm like, why are y'all Googling me? Like, what are you trying to find out? And so I don't want them to pull something up. And although they know that I'm an actor or whatever, but I don't want them to pull something up and then, you know, feel some type of way or whatever the situation is, you know, because I'm very mindful of that. But as far as when it comes to certain roles, I definitely, I've always told my agency, like, no nudity. Point blank, period. Right. I'm at the place in my career to where I know that they're simulated, and that's fine. I'm cool with simulated. I'm cool. Like, there's the way that the director can turn the camera, the angles and whatnot. There's no reason for me to be but naked on set.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. It can always be tasteful.
Very, very
you know
tasteful.
What I mean? Yeah, like
very
you might see a toe.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I give you a toe, I give you a little shoulder.
Right, a little something, but there's certain things I'm just like, no.
Implied, I think is always good, and it doesn't take away from the story.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now there was another role that I auditioned for, and I was like, dang. And I actually pulled my brother and my sister to the side. I was like, listen, y'all may just need to sit the kids out for this one, because if I book this is something serious.
She's like, I'm gonna do this one.
Yeah, and this is the reason why I was considering it, because, auditioned for it. I didn't book him, and that was fine. But it was the character had a story. So basically, the character was had a sexual relationship. She was a prison guard, and she had a sexual relationship with a prisoner. And the prisoner had such a profound storyline, and I was just like, oh, this is so awesome. And then, of course, the story where that particular character came into part, I was like, oh man, I was like, this makes sense. You know, it makes sense and all. And again, I mean, I don't know how it would have really been shot or whatnot, but I was like, if in case they want me to do something around you, I'm gonna do it because this makes sense. And they were like, oh, we understand, this is what you do. So, you know, in that case, and I would actually consider, but other than that, I'm like, I'm not about to do no pop, lock, and drop it for no day play. No.
And the thing is, like, for me, like, when I'm choosing things as well, it's like, I want something that serves the story. If it serves the story and it makes sense within that story, then let's do it. But if you're just trying to have frivolous, you know, booty rumping shaking, like frivolous sex and all this stuff, it's like, I'm kind of cool on it. You know what I mean? For me, it's like I never I never wanted to do like nudity or anything like that. Would they show my butt cheek? Maybe. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, it's like because the same with you. It's like because I have kids now. You know what I mean? And I have nieces, nephews. I got children. So I always kind of keep in mind of when they get older, they're going to see these things, and their friends are going to see these things. And I never want to put my kids in a situation to where their friends are holding that stuff over their head. You know what I mean? So I just try to be mindful now. But like you, if it's something that makes total sense and it's a great opportunity and it doesn't go against my morals, then I'm like, let's do it. And I just have to talk to them about it later. You know what I mean? So so I totally get it.
So absolutely.
Have there ever been like any like parts that you turned down that you were like, oh, I shouldn't have turned that one down? Or like, you know?
I feel like every role that I've taken or every role that I've booked, I'm very much at the place in my career to where I'm like, okay, I've already played this character before. That's not what I want to do again.
Understand.
I don't want the audience, because already the audience feel like I played this this evil person so well. They like, she must really be like that in real life. I'm like, okay, whatever. But you know, it's just that, like, I just don't want to be boxed. You know, I don't want to be placed in a box or in a certain category. So I'm like, every time I read a script or read a breakdown of a character, I want to make sure there's something different than what I've already done.
Now, when you worked on Saints and Sinners, when you shout out to Saints and Sinners, really good show. Like, what was it about the show that grabbed you about it, or What was your experience?
Well, I mean, for one, it was a TV series, and I've never worked on a TV series before.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is a great opportunity for me. But the character, obviously, Saints and Sinners is about a corrupt church, and the character, I call her Saint Angela, but again, it was Angela Parks. She was far from a saint.
Yeah.
far from a saint. But I love the character so much, and I'm so glad I booked that role because till this day, I still have people say, Saints and Sinners. So, matter of fact, I was at a game, I was at a FAMU game in November, and a few young girls, they reached out to me. They yelled, "Oh my gosh, you're from Saints and Sinners." I was like, "Thank you."
I don't think you could ever really get used to that. When people recognize you from certain stuff because it's so unexpected. And sometimes it can be weird because you could be in a place and a person might be staring at you. And you're like, why is this person staring at me?
Right.
Because we feel like, we just think that we're like, I'm just Don or I'm just Larry. So it's like, why is this person across the room staring me down? But then they walk up to you and like, hey, I don't mean to interrupt you, but are you such and such from
Yeah. For me, I think that the only time when it really gets weird for me is when I have my nieces and nephews. Yeah. And it's because we just really don't know what the other person's motives are. Yeah. And I mean, I make sure I try to keep my nieces and nephews safe.
Respect.
And I'm a very active auntie. So like I try to have them out, try to, take them on fun places and whatnot. And there's always someone who says, hey, I know you're an actress or something like that. But it gets a little weird sometimes. I keep it cute, like, okay, thank you for watching. I'm like, okay, come on, y'all, let's go.
Don't give me that awkward after you say it. Now you stand there waiting for me.
It's like, what you gonna do now? They're
like, all right, I'll talk to you later.
Right.
Yeah,
so it's just like,
but I get it. And you went from you did say, well, you have over 60 credits. IMDb.
Man, look, God is good.
Yeah, you constantly work.
I never really calculate exactly how much I've done. I just make sure I keep my head down and keep working. Yeah, and just stay focused. And from Saints and Sinners to The Family Business to Johnson. Oh my gosh, I love working on Johnson. I love working on all the shows. But the opportunity, I feel like each opportunity has just been such a blessing. Yeah. Well, back to Saints and Sinners, I'm shouts out to George Pierre.
Man.
Shouts out to George Pierre.
So I'm going to get George up here. George, if you're watching, I know I'm going to get you on the show. Like, that is my brother. And
absolutely.
He and I, we used to intern together at Rainforest Films.
Listen.
Back in the day. Like, I know that is my dog. Yes. Love George Pierre.
So, George, one time George said to me, I booked a role. I think it was my first independent project. And he was like, hey, Don, he called me, hey, Don. He left me a message. Hey, Don, just want to let you know you booked the role. And I started crying. Oh my God, thank you so much. Oh my God.
And I know he was probably so, all right.
George,
whatever,
right?
Like,
he was like, listen, I believe in you because you believe in yourself. And I would never forget that. He was like, you've been down since Auburn Ave. Yeah, Auburn Ave. That's the when since it was up there. Yeah.
So, and see the thing about George is like, there's so many. I got so many actors that'll come up to me after auditioning for George and be like, man, I don't know if he likes me. I don't think George likes me like that. I'm like, no. And George, he's like the most genuine. He's very straightforward.
Very straightforward.
So you don't, and sometimes when he's joking, he has such a straight demeanor about himself that you be like, is he being serious or is he playing on me right now? And then you ask him about it, he be like, I don't even remember that. Right. Like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know
what you're talking about. When?
But he's just such a genuine person.
To the
great
core.
Heart. Love him and his family, man. Teresa, I love you, sis. Yeah, Teresa Pierre. Like, it's just a great family.
Yeah, great family, great duo. But back to Saints and Sinners, my mom was actually in hospice during that time. Wow. And I didn't tell George. I didn't say anything to anybody because I'm like, this is an opportunity for me. And I actually sat down with my mom and I said, hey, I have this opportunity to be on this show, and she said, she was like, no, she was like, keep going, keep going. Don't let what I have going on stop your life or stop your career. Yeah. And that really meant a lot to me because at first I was just like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to audition. I'm not doing it. She was like, no, you got to keep living. You got to keep living your life. You got to keep moving forward. Yeah. So my mother was like, no, just go ahead and, focus on your life, your journey, your career, and do what you have to do. Yeah. And I, of course, I cried. And I understand. But that just showed how she was such a strong supporter of me in my life. And of course, and it's so crazy because it's like, she was even the smaller things, the smaller roles I was booking while she was alive. She was rooting for me. That's my girl. Check her out. She's on this. She's on that. And then I was like, gosh, so if she was still alive now, I'm like, oh, I already know she'd be my number one fan.
Yeah, she sees you.
Oh, of course. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love that, man.
I know.
And when you worked on the family business. What was that experience like?
It was wonderful. So, I would often travel out to LA and this industry is very much about talent. It's about building relationships and connections, of course, as well. And so, I believe it was through social media, obviously, I would watch different projects and whatnot. And then I would just start following, producers, directors, writers and whatnot. And I ended up building relationships with them, with Tridescent, the Tridescent Productions, that's all of them. Indy, Carl, Trey Haley, all of them. And it just came about to where, the character of Brandy, they were talking about introducing this character to the show. And it's so funny. They gave me the name 9 Lives because it was so many times where my character Brandy was supposed to die off, but I guess they loved me so much they kept me on for many seasons. So that was a blessing too. But yeah, working with them was amazing. Yeah, they're like a true family over there as well. Locked in, locked in family.
And you're acting, but you're also in that producer space as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
man. Shout out to my business partner Eric. We worked on this project together. It's so crazy. I have a story for everything. So Eric and I actually met at not Sundance, ABFF.
Oh yeah.
Back when, what was Dwayne's?
4 minutes?
4 minutes.
When we did 4 minutes? Wow.
Well, I didn't do 4 minutes, but I was just there supporting.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was there supporting. Eric and I met then. I don't remember. But then years later, obviously, this was during COVID. And a friend of mine reached out. He was like, this is a wonderful web series. He was like, I could totally see you on it. And I was like, what is it? And he was like, you should check it out. And I watched and I was like, oh, this is really good. It talks about real life stories and is, is shot well and whatnot. And then come to find out that Eric was the director of it. And it wasn't until another friend of mine reached out. He was like, hey, this director wants to work with you on this project. And I was like, oh, okay. And he said, he'll fly you out and, all the business stuff. And I'm like, okay, let's talk. And then it wasn't until after I flew out, I'm like, he's the same person. But he didn't remind me that we met at ABFF until after I worked on that show. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. So it's crazy how God puts people together. And I'm like, we recently worked on a project maybe 2 years ago on Second Thought, which I absolutely love. I'm so proud of. I starred and produced it. He wrote it, produced it as well, and directed. And it was screened at ABFF, Martha's Vineyard. Like it's been getting some great feedback, and we got some great things coming. So
that's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Very proud.
Do you also write?
You know what? No.
You don't write as well? Okay.
I need to get there, but I just feel like I move around so much. My mind is always all over the place. Yeah. I feel like I get writer's block.
Yeah, but it's always good. I mean, you can always have a concept.
Yeah.
And have writers come in. Yeah. That'll be dope, man.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
I'm looking forward to seeing all the stuff that you have coming up, man, as far as like more roles for yourself, producing.
Thank you.
And all that. Do you have are you starting like a production company or anything like that? Or do you already have one with your business partner?
It's in the works.
It's in the works?
It's in the
okay,
works.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
hey, let's speak it up. Let's speak it up.
Yeah, it's in the works.
Yeah.
Already.
I love that, man. So look, we about to get into a part of the show where I ask you a series of questions. It's a questionnaire.
Okay.
Right. And I was inspired by the late great James Lipton.
Okay.
From Inside the Actor Studio.
Yeah.
Right. So he has a series of questions that he'll go down and ask. So I kind of want to just ask you some of yours.
Okay.
And see what your answers are. So, what is your favorite word?
Amazing.
Amazing. What is your least favorite word?
Hate.
Hate. That's mine too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like hate is such a strong word, and amazing is like, man.
Yeah, because it's like you really like hate is such an extreme feeling for something that if I can't say that I necessarily hate anything or anybody.
Right.
Except for maybe the word itself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
All right. What are your turn-ons? And it can be, you know, it don't got to be what you think. It could be anything. She's starting to get red. Like, wait a minute, what my turn on?
Oh wait, what is going on? Wait, how much more time I got here? And it's like, the seat getting hot. Wait.
Right.
My turn-ons is communication.
Okay.
Communication.
Okay. What are your turn-offs?
Doubt. Yep.
Interesting. Okay. All right. You probably don't, but what's your favorite curse word?
It depends. It really depends. If I'm talking to my friends, it could be the B word.
Oh, you ain't gonna say it. She could be like the B word.
Could be the B word. It just depends on the moment. You know,
Okay.
I'm trying to.
Now is it like you trying to stop? So when you see a girl, is it like the B word, like niche, or is it like, you know, this?
It's more like. Let me tell you what happened.
Okay. I got you.
So it's one of those, but you know, now I'm just like girl. So now I'll say girl about everything. It's so girl. So, you know, I'll try to find other words to replace that
substitutes.
One. There you go. Substitutes replace, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What's your favorite sound?
Laughter.
Okay.
Laughter. And it's because it shows that people are truly enjoying just joy.
Yeah.
Whether it's babies laughing or adults laughing, you know, where does it come from? It comes from, you know, your gut. You're laughing. You're enjoying yourself.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? Quietly, you have really, really good comedic timing. You have really good comedic timing, and your facial expressions and just the way that you take in information while a scene is happening is very interesting to watch. So I know that you do a lot of dramatic work.
Yeah.
But I think you will also do really well in comedy as
I
well.
think so too.
You're very funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you say that again?
Yeah.
Which camera do you
Dawn
look at?
Dawn is very funny.
Thank you.
She's hilarious. Yeah.
And it's so crazy because I'm like, why don't I ever book any comedians? It's always dramatic. I'm always crying. I'm always so serious, and I'm truly funny.
You're very funny, and you can do
like
some
naturally.
action. You did an action film.
I did. So I recently did a project with Leon. The actor Leon. Yeah, so I did. So hopefully it'll be out this year. Yeah. That was fun. You know, I cannot wait for the entire world to see it.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Man, you better be an action star too.
Listen, that was when I tell you it was so much action. I left home with bruises, but I was like, it was fun. Yeah. It was a wonderful time. Yeah.
Okay, so what is your least favorite sound?
Least favorite sound. Just chaos. Yeah, just chaos and just noise. And when I feel like I can't think and there's just so much going on, and sometimes I'm just like, okay, I just feel like I
so you don't do large crowds like that?
At concerts, I mean, I do. But you know what I can't do? If you're talking to me and if someone else is talking to me, I'm like, okay, wait a minute.
That annoys me.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I can't stand it. Like, you trying to talk, like, and another person come in knowing that I'm having a conversation, but they interject, and I'm just like, you really expect me to do a dual focus right now? No, I need you to stop.
I'm like, the way my brain needs to process one thing at a time.
Yeah, absolutely. Same way. I'm not the best multitasker.
At all.
Okay. All right. So, if you weren't doing entertainment, outside of entertainment, what other profession would you like to try?
Nursing. Oh, I should be some type of nurse. Yeah. You know, I like caring for people in a it would either be something with nursing or something with children, because I love kids. Although I don't have any myself, but I definitely love kids.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely love kids. So I don't know exactly what field, but yeah.
I can see it as like a pediatrician. Yeah,
that's nice.
See that. You love kids.
I love. You know what? Yeah. I should have went to college for it, but you know, I'm good now.
Like, everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason.
All right. Now, what profession would you not like to try?
I wouldn't want to be a stripper. I would not want to be a stripper. I'm telling the truth.
Right,
I mean, respect to them who can do that, but I I don't know. I feel like if I were to dance, I feel like I would get booed. I don't know.
You get booed.
I feel like I get booed.
Two-step.
Yeah, I feel like,
Hey,
I don't
everybody.
know. I think that, I don't know. I think I'm not serious enough to be on stage.
What would your name be?
Oh, listen, I did have a name though.
What?
Medallion.
Medallion.
Listen, doesn't that just kind of flow?
Never heard of that.
Coming to the
Medallion.
stage.
Medallion.
Don't medallion. Don't medallion. Eh?
I love it. I love
Right?
it. Oh man, thank you, Miss. So we got Medallion here with us today.
Listen.
I love it. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a guilty pleasure?
Ooh, let me see. What would my guilty pleasure be? I don't think I do.
No.
No, I don't think I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
No.
She's like, no. She's like, look, I look at church.
No, I mean,
and I read scripts.
No, I'm like, what do? Oh, I take that back. I actually do. And it's because you just said what I watch. So I watch a lot, and I'm not crazy. And this is probably exactly why I'm so good at my dramatic roles. Because I watch
Snapped.
I do. Snapped in First 48.
Really?
One of my TVs. That's all it stays on.
Wow.
But you know what? I watch these shows, and I'm like, they give so much information about how a person is unalive. Like how.
It's a good character study.
See, you right here with me.
I got you.
You right here with me.
got
You
you.
understand? So that's actually what I do. I'm very observant to different people who I come in contact with.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, okay, I remember how this person was, even like their whole movement, their personality, from the way they dress, the way they are, whatever it is. I take that and I store that in my memory. So even when I'm watching these shows, I'm like, okay, when I do play a crazy character, I remember everything that happened on that show.
I love it.
See?
Interesting. Okay.
See?
Okay, good. Look, I thought you about to say I love to eat.
No.
Because I know she was like, hey, where we going to eat? What time? Where the snacks at?
I'm a snacker, but I'm into salads and fruits and vegetables.
I know. Well, look, I mean, you slim.
Slim, but we also getting up there to where we gotta watch.
We gotta pay attention. Look at me.
Listen,
I'm not the same size I was when we first met.
I don't think either one of us was.
Right.
We both did. But it's fine. It's fine.
Hey,
we're good.
Better than good.
Yeah.
And it's only gonna get better.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I only got a couple more. Okay, so was a place you would love to visit that you haven't visited?
Italy.
Italy.
I've never been to Italy, and I want to go to Italy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear my friends talk about Italy. They're like, "Oh, you gotta go." I'm like, "Okay, I'll go there one day."
Yeah.
I love traveling.
Okay.
Yeah, I love traveling. Every opportunity I get, I'm a traveler. I think I've been in every state here in the United States.
I love it.
Which is fun. I'll go just to go.
Just to say you've been, yeah.
Yeah, just to say I've been. And what I'll do is I'll Google like the restaurants or the fun activities to do in the state, and then I'll go. And then I'm like, oh, okay, so it's an experience for me.
Yeah.
I'm a solo trip. I'll go on a solo trip in a heartbeat.
And sometimes we got to be able to do that. You got to be able to go take yourself out to a place by yourself where you don't have to have a group of people.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's definitely a different experience.
Of course.
Yeah.
And, nowadays, now that we're adults, not everyone's able to travel or get up and go. Like if someone says, hey, D, you want to go to Africa? I'm like, yeah, I'll go to Africa do I need to start packing now? I mean, I can do that. I can do that. But, sometimes people take, they need their schedules, depending on their schedules, it takes a lot of time and preparation and, so I'm like, yeah, I'll just get up and go by myself.
Yeah. Last question.
Okay.
Yeah, last question. When you get to the pearly gates.
Yes.
What would you want God to say to you?
Job well done.
Job
well done.
I love it.
Job well done. That's it. And I feel like I know what my purpose is here on this earth. And am I perfect? I am not. However, I am daily working to be a better human being.
Yeah.
And so when it's my time to go, I just want God to say, you know what? Job well done.
Yeah.
You did exactly what you were supposed to do while there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Dawn, I would like to say that in my years of knowing you, I think that you are a light to many people. You've stepped up and have done for me at a time when I was in a low space, in a bad space. And you did it without wanting anything in return. I didn't even know you were going to do it. We were just having a conversation and you just happened to do it. And I was like, I will forever remember that. I will forever love you for that.
I love you too.
Yeah, I think you're just a great human being. You do so many things for so many people, and you are an inspiration to a lot of folks.
Thank you.
And you know, you're one of those people that's like, I didn't have to do X, Y, and Z in order to get to this space. You know, you just stay true to who you are, and I admire you for that.
Good.
So,
thank you. I appreciate that. I'm keeping that. That's heartfelt. I appreciate that. Thank you so very much. And I love you. Thank you so very much for having me.
And Don, thank you. And I appreciate you for joining us here at the Background Lounge.
Of course, you got to have me back on season 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Absolutely. You coming back. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
This is just, you know, getting your feet wet with us.
I'm
you know
so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations to you all.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Till next time.
Bye.